All right. Looking at, cutting costs of governance is dominating conversations right now. We've seen the likes of Senator, Benga Daniel asking the state government to stop his pensions, as a former governor. Consumers are having to sacrifice a lot to absorb the price increases, right now with sky-high inflation. What do you think should be done to reduce the cost of governance in Nigeria?
Yes, we have looked at the supplementary budget, the 2022 Appropriation Act. The 2023 is still in force. We'll be looking at that in the 2024 budget when it is when the executive presents it to the House. I am very sure I have full confidence in my colleagues. I've seen the caliber of people voted into office to represent the various federal constituencies at this point. And as a matter of fact, in the last few days, we've seen Nigerians talk about a certain 70 billion naira allocated to the National Assembly. And I want to use this opportunity to appeal to them and to make clarifications that that money, the 70 billion naira, is neither for the senators, neither is it for members of the House of Representatives. It is actually the running cost, for the National Assembly. And a large chunk of that money will be going into provision of office, accommodation for the members who will be sitting. And in some instances, too, we talked about the issue of vehicles for senators and members of the House of Representatives, which I believe it is very important. But if at any point in time Nigerians consider that it is not okay by them for members of the National Assembly to be entitled to any form of vehicular movement, we don't mind. I think under the leadership of Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas and even our Senate President, senators are ready to go by way of camels, donkeys, and even bicycles if they are available. We are ready to make all the sacrifices, on a very serious note. We are ready to make every sacrifice to ensure that the masses are happy. And that is exactly why Mr. Speaker has encouraged us that the 10th Assembly, we are going to improve and improve on our oversight functions to ensure that there will be no leakages, because most of these leakages are not even around the legislature. The leakages exist in the executive. We don't have the luxury of resources as far as the National Assembly is concerned to play with funds. So the agencies, the departments of government who receive this appropriation when we carry them out are the ones who will be talking to, will be engaging them to make sure that they cut down on the cost of managing the administration to equally ensure that Nigerians are happy and part of these resources are plunged into the economy. Resources go into the building of schools. The 10th House of Representatives at the moment, we are discussing with the Tertiary Education Fund to see how taxpayers' money, accruing to the fund is being utilized. And we're equally looking at the people that TED Fund has given the money to. So we are going to spring up some of these investigations, some of this legislative parley with members of the executive to ensure that, yes, people who are saddled with the responsibility deliver on these responsibilities to the best of their capacity and even in tandem with existing laws in the country.